Today we're going to work on releasing anger and rage and depression. Anger and depression are intimately connected. In fact, depression is really connected to all these emotions that we think are bad. It's the space where it's overwhelming and we're numbing ourselves out from feeling these things. Anger, rage is not a very accepted emotion because it's equated with being hurt so much. It's just judged. You know, we judge a whole spectrum of our experience as humans and emotions because we deem them bad. And this is conditioning over generation to generation to generation. And a lot of what I see and feel is that this anger is really about shame. It's about self-shame. It's the shame that gets directed at ourselves because we feel like we're failing, or, you know, we've stayed in a situation or something has happened and we're internalizing it and we're blaming ourselves for it, which when we've grown up in situations, we get blamed and we have to maneuver who we are, we start to blame ourselves for those things that other people have done. And even in the spiritual world, there's so much gaslighting that if, you know, your life, you're struggling or things are happening, that somehow you're at fault. And while there is a line between responsibility, you know, a lot is not in our control. No matter what we think, it's just not. Other people's behavior is definitely not in our control. It's not about us. So we shame ourselves and then we get angry and we hold on to it. The way I teach, it's a space for you to validate yourself, for you to find yourself. We tune in with Om Namo Gurudev Namo Guru, that energy which brings me from darkness to light, the energy that we all have. And real enlightenment is when we find that source within ourselves, because nobody else can give it to us. I create a space so that people can witness themselves when they haven't been witnessed by other people, because it's as simple as that. So I invite you in your practice to make sure that you're not rejecting yourself, that you're not getting a temporary high or a temporary fix, you know, a boost of prana at the expense of your own emotions. This is a place to strengthen our nervous system and to be in complete awareness and presence with ourselves. It is not a space to reject ourselves. It is a hard and heroic process for all of us to commit to. I'm going to start by tuning in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om, the tip of the tongue hits the roof of the mouth. We're going to chant that together 3 times. And close your eyes as we prepare. Taking some deep breaths in. Inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears. And then roll them back. Lean back a little bit. Notice if your heart is over your hips, your spine is nice and straight and tall. Opening your body up, coming into the space, into the present moment, connecting with your breath. And as we tune in, feel that you're grounded and that sound is coming up from the earth, up the chakras, up every vertebra. In indigenous culture, song was such a part of the culture for everyone. And we've lost that. And it's not an accident. The power of our voice is very important. We constantly relegate it constantly relegate our own power, giving it away to other people. And we're in a time in the world where we have to start saving ourselves. No one is coming. Take the hands, rub them together. We're going to put them in prayer pose, thumbs gently pressed against the sternum, shoulders back, heart center wide open, spine nice and tall, eyes closed, focused at the brow point. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. One last time. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale, suspend the breath. Mo bond, as long as you're not on your cycle or pregnant. Relax the hands, shake them out a little bit. Let's just start with a couple neck stretches. I like to put my ear in between these two fingers. It's like you're pulling up, not really even to the side as much. And you want to get the chin in that sweet spot so you get a really good stretch. And take your left hand out. Just breathe long and deep for a few breaths. Opening the heart wide, elbow back. Let go of that, let the hand go. Switch sides. Let go. Come to the center. Maybe move the neck forward and back. Shrug the shoulders up a couple times. And you can switch the way you're sitting for a minute. Let's do some spinal flex. Inhaling forward. Spinal flex, it's not this. I see a lot of people in class do this. It's like someone's pulling on a string. Your hips are going back and forth, they're rotating. Nice deep breaths. Move the hands to the knees. Deepen the breath. Inhale. Low bond. In with the navel and the perineum, bringing the energy up the spine. I really love Yin Yoga, and I love to start my practice most days with some Yin. It helps me be more present in my practice, and it really contrasts some of the very active movements of Kundalini. It's especially good for the nervous system. I find it good for me because, my nervous system tends to run in a conditioned pattern of flight because of CPTSD. And, this is really relaxing. It allows the tension to release from the body while also training us to be still and knowing that there's so much that can be achieved with just stillness. So put your ankles together. We're going to do a butterfly and forward fold over. Some people like to put their hands underneath. You can get a better stretch for most of us if we're palms up, letting them go. And if you have blocks, it's great to put them on blocks. I just moved in here, so I don't really have all the madness. Things are still in storage. So the goal here is to just let go. And little by little, with each exhale, seeing what we can release, noticing where we're holding. We want to make sure that we're still breathing. We often hold tension in the neck, but you're not holding anything. You're using the weight of the body to come forward. You should feel the stretch in the lower back and the neck. Try to keep the shoulders down. They're not like hugging up. Release. Sit with yourself. Sit with the tension. Feel that you're opening up the hips, opening up that lower triangle. Opening up the palms to receive. Keep letting go. Now inhale. Bring the palms to the floor and slowly push yourself up, really slow. Feel the difference in the spine, the space you've created. And let's bring the legs out in a V. Do my favorite, reaching up to the center and then going to one side, inhaling at your own pace, just whatever feels good. Tuning into an intention for our practice today. Where would we like to go? How would we like to love ourselves more? What do we wish to cultivate? What do we wish to accept and surrender to? How can we honor ourselves more? And inhale. Reach forward and down. As far as you can go, very similar to that stretch we just did. Don't hold anything. Don't hold the neck. Don't hold the legs. Just let go. Inhale. Slowly push yourself up. Rotate the ankles. And come back into a cross-legged position. We're going to begin this practice by doing a short meditation that you can do on your own for 3 minutes. It's not part of the Kriya. This is the space where we're going to bring up that anger, that rage, whatever is bothering us. Bring it into the space so that we can release it. And what we're going to do after is work with continuing to release it and readjusting the body. Put your thumbs at the Mercury mound and you're wrapping around. And we're going to be going over the top of our head with a cannon breath. So you can start, and as you go, intentionally bring up those things that are bothering you. Maybe something has gotten stuck. If we see repeat patterns where we respond to things with the same feeling of anger, the same response. Even though situations might be different. You can think of the situations, but also try and just feel the feeling. Eyes are closed, focus at the brow point. Powerfully. Work up a sweat. Bring it up. What is bothering you the most? What triggers you the most? Keep going. Keep bringing it up. Feel where it is in the body and bring it up. See it in the mind. Get into the memories. Allow it to come up 100% and be fully witnessed. Using the navel point. Last bit, really put power into it. Sweat. This is your chance. Last bit, last little bit, powerfully. Powerfully. Inhale. Lace the fingers together, stretch them above their head, and you want to roll them out towards the sky. Imagine you're light, expansive. Again, fingers laced together, arms stretched, straight elbows. Holding the breath, stretching the spine. Imagine you're 1,000,000 points of light getting brighter and brighter and brighter. One more time. You're expansive. Your light is engulfing the planet, getting brighter. Just relax. Let the breath relax. We're going to continue working with powerful breath and breath work. Working with our aura, our lymphatic system. Releasing. Breath of fire, rapid inhale and exhale, using the navel point. All your effort is on the exhale, out through the nose, bringing the navel point in. And when you inhale, you're just letting the oxygen, the air, the prana come in. Taking the arms out to the sides, and we're bringing them in. Opening the heart center. This is going to help move anything stagnant in the lymphatic system. We're continuing to release. For women, we're really clearing that frontal aura, that center in front of the chest and our hearts. Eyes closed, focus on the brow point. Keep going. Powerfully using the breath of fire, keeping the meditative focus. You can use that Sat Nam mantra, inhaling and exhaling. Keep going, nice and strong, almost there. Almost there. You can do it. Inhale, arms wide, spine straight. Exhale, release, relax. Now we're taking the hands, bringing them in front of the face, but you don't touch them, but use the force, feel it. Regulate the breath with the movement and go. Feel the chest opening, feel the diaphragm, feel the heart. Connect with what you want to release. Feel your power. Feel your strength. Feel your expansiveness. Use this last part to release, strengthen. Inhale. Mole bond, bring the energy up the spine. Hold the breath. Chest open. Take the hands out front, palms facing down. For a very short period of time, breath of fire. Use force, use your energy. Accept and release. Tell yourself that you accept yourself, that you love yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. Inhale. Suspend the breath. Exhale, release. Let the breath relax. Feel energized, clear, focused. Relieved. In the final movement of the Kriya, it's a bit like stretch pose. So come lying down onto your back, and you're going to lift your heels 6 inches and then put your hands on your navel point. And you're holding and breathing long and deep. The challenge here is that, if your lower back is struggling, you can put a pillow underneath the top of the thighs, right here. You can also, bend the knees a little bit. You can bend one, extend the other. We're really just stimulating the navel point, giving us a balance and a place of power. The navel point is our center. All right? So it looks like this. Hands on the navel point. It's hard. Find the position that works for you. Even if you only are doing the mental focus and then you're using your hands on the lower back. But a pillow tucked under the top of the thighs works really great. And go. Do your best. Find your modification. Tuck the tailbone, protect your lower back. Even if your heels are still on the ground, you can still pull them up. You can still feel that you're really working the navel point. If you're on your cycle, you really don't want to do this. You just want to focus on that lower area, putting your hands on the navel. Almost there. Now inhale. Exhale. Relax. Keep the focus at the navel point. Hands out to the side, palms up. Relax the face and the jaw and the head and the neck. Relax the shoulders and the chest and the spine, the hips, the thighs, the knees and the legs. Whatever you released, whatever your intention was, let it go even more. And in this space, just be, accept, let go. Whatever flows, whatever comes up, let it be, let it go. Give yourself a moment to breathe, a moment to rest. Focusing on that energy and that power at the navel, our emotional center, where we hold so much. Everything we hold there affects our nerves and our digestive system. Embrace whatever is. Support yourself instead of rejecting yourself. Now take a deep breath in. Begin to bring yourself back, rotating the wrists, the ankles, moving the fingers and the toes, just slowly. Really enjoy this time. Stretch the arms above the head. Let's bring the knees into the chest. Move from side to side, massaging the lower back. Bring the right knee in closer to the chest. Extend the left leg out. Inhale. And we're going to fold that right knee over to the left on the exhale. Doing a cat stretch. Shoulders on the ground. Flat. Right arm out, looking to the right. Coming back to the center, switching legs. One side will be easier than the other. Breathe into the tightness. And come back to the center. Rub the soles of the feet and the palms of the hands together. And you can either rock up and down on the spine or just fold over to your side and then come sitting up. Come into easy pose. So our final meditation is another 3-minute meditation where we're going to work with releasing stress, stagnation, depression. Similar to the other two that I've done in the last classes, but this time the fingers point up and our hands are in front. The right is clockwise, the left is counterclockwise, and it's kind of awkward. You want to keep your elbows straight and you're moving from the shoulders. Eyes are closed, focus at the brow point. We're going to get used to it, but we want to put energy and power into it, especially for the last seconds. Stay with the breath. Spine straight. You're going to notice you might start actually sweating very quickly. Keep going. Release all the shame, all the tension, all the anger. Accept it. Release it. Accept it. Accept yourself. Accept every part of yourself. Keep going. Keep moving that Jupiter energy. Stop being good for other people and start being good for yourself. Now, last bit. Let's really move. Do your best. Open up the shoulders. Feel the energy of the Jupiter finger, that expansion. Feel it at the heart. This is moving grief at the heart. Inhale. Bond. Pull the energy, bring it up the spine. Release. Relax. You roll the shoulders out a little bit. And enjoy this energy. Tune into how different you feel. Take this energy of this space to tune in to an intention that you've been working with, and if you set one for the class. And maybe it's just dropping in to being able to bring closer to yourself the parts of yourself that you push away. And knowing that every time you bring these pieces in closer, the ones that most trigger you, the voices that are the loudest, that are the hardest to hear, you're bringing pieces of yourself back to your center and back to your soul. Only you can do this. Only you can put the pieces back together again. Only you can accept yourself. I hope you enjoyed class today. My name is Jamie, and I release music under the name Sat Avtar. I have a beautiful music YouTube as well. I just uploaded 31 minutes of my Guru Ram Dass meditation. For those of you that already know who I am, some of you may not, I have an album out. I am currently living in Mexico, and I teach locally in Tulum, and I will anticipate being in London in the spring and teaching there. And I do work online with people for mantra and voice activation, for private Kundalini and yogic health coaching and trauma integration. Working on being able, so we can strengthen ourselves. This is a hard truth to swallow, but most of the world is waiting for someone to rescue them. Whether that's a relationship, a job, a president, someone else. But we're truly in a time in the world where we have to start within. We have to save ourselves. And when we start doing that, it does make massive changes. And as a collective, being strong and loving ourselves and getting out of the cognitive dissonance that we've been in and the illusions that we need to be rescued is probably one of the most important things, life-changing things that we could possibly do. And it's a tough path. We're living in a really tough time on the planet. But we can do it, and we have this practice, and we have so many tools that the generations before us never had. VenusTransmissions.com. I also have online courses, abuse and trauma recovery courses, using Kundalini Yoga to recondition the nervous system, strengthen the intuition, and a voice course. So I hope you enjoyed the class.